Let me take you somewhere, and there's something new. Why English is welcome so good. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue. This is a word where English language is taught, the official language that everyone needs to learn. Set it right pronunciation and you use the right intonation. So express yourself. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue.
Okay, welcome to the world with vision. They say a nation get perished without the vision. In Diction Avenue, we got a mission, vision to build tomorrow's future. Speak with good English is our culture. We got qualified teachers, good facilities to build confidence in our students. Don't be told, come witness it, treasure you can't measure. Welcome to the world.
And there's something new. Why English is welcome so good. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Diction Avenue. And this is the show where you learn how to speak right, sound right, and sound English. My name is Abigail Anaba, your regular host on the show. And on the Avenue today, we shall be talking about word stress, or as we like to say on the Avenue, loud and faint parts of words. Today we'll be looking at months of the year, and if you are still confused as to how to say the months of the year, we are going to learn how to say the names of those months correctly. Is there anyone in particular which is a little difficult for you to say? Well, we're going to learn how to say all the months of the year on this edition of Diction Avenue. As usual, on the Avenue, we're going to start off with our question of the day, and that question will be coming up in a bit. But also on the Avenue, we'll be taking stories that teach. Oh, well, right there's the question. And our question of today has to do with time. And the question says, a person who studies time is called? What do you think a person who studies time is called? Is it called a timeologist or a horologist? Is it called a cosmologist or a time traveler? What do you think? What is a person who studies time called? Well, you can be part of the show by sending in a correct answer to that question to the number 0805 584 9525. Again, the number to text is 0805 584 9525 to text the correct answer to that question to that number. Do not forget to include your name and where you are texting us from. Also on the Avenue today, we are going to be listening to stories that teach, but that'll be later on the program. And we'll be taking words of the week. But right about now, we're going to start off by taking the topic of the day, which, as I said, has to do with loud and faint forms of words. Now, when we use the expression loud and faint parts of words, what do we mean? Well, we are talking about the phenomenon in English where English words have loud and faint parts. English words generally, they have loud and faint parts. And so when people say the expression word stress, they are talking about the loud and faint parts of words. So stress in itself, or word stress, is the clarity with which you say one syllable or more in a word. So every word in English has loud parts and they have faint parts. So the clarity with which you say the loud and faint parts, that is what loud and faint parts of words is all about. Now in your dictionary, which is the guide that we have for spoken English, in your dictionary, the stress marks help to show which part of a word should be said out loud and which part should be faint. And so usually we'll pay attention to the high set accent mark, and you can see it as indicated there on your screen. The high set accent mark is just a little accent mark which occurs before the syllable that carries the stress, or the syllable that is said out loud. Of course, we have the high set, the low set accent mark, and then no accent mark to indicate when a part of a word is not said out loud at all. So as I said, we'll be looking at months of the year, and we'll be applying the loud and faint parts of words to months of the year. I'm sure you already know that there are 12 months in a year, and we're going to learn how to say each of these months. The first is January, and there you have it. The first part of the word is a part that is said out loud, Jan. So the word is January. January. You would know that the second syllable there has the O sound. So it's not Janu, it's Jano. January. January. The second word, the second month is February. February. Now, a lot of people kind of omit the R after the Feb, but that is also not wrong. You may hear people say it's not Febu or Febio. It's not Febu anyway, it's Febio, but you can actually omit the R there and go February. February. February or February. February or February. So both pronunciations are correct. You'll either go February or February. Well, the next month of the year, February, is a mouthful, so you just have to take it that way and say it correctly. But the next 2 months, not so difficult to say. March, that's quite an easy month to articulate. March. And that's the month we're going to next. Of course, right now we're in February, and soon we'll be in the month of March. And after March, you have April. April. April, not April. 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 Take note of the very first sound in the name of that month. And that's also the part of the word that is said out loud. April. So we're moving to the month of April. And we're looking forward to April showers, because it usually starts to rain in April, right? Yeah. Climate change allowing, we'll have rains in April. We move to the next 2 months. And what are they? The next 2 months of the year that we'll be looking at, one is short, actually both of them are short months. May. 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 And there you have it, May. Not May, but May. Again, you have the A sound at the end after the M sound, so you go May. May. And after May, what do you have? You have June. And that's the middle of the year. June. 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 When we cross the month of June, we say, oh, it's half year already. And that's the month of June. So we have May and we have June. So after June, what comes next? I'm sure you know, but do you know how to say it right? You may know the month, but do you know how to say the name of that month? Well, we're going to learn it now. What's the month called? It's called July. 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 I know a lot of people will say July, but it's not July. It's July. The loud part of the word is the second syllable. July. And you can see that sound again. That's not oo, that's o. So July. July. And after July, what do we have? We have August. 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 Right? The next month is the month of August. And after August, what do we have? September. 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 And after September, we have October. 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 What you notice about how September and October is said is that the final syllable in September and October is not said as ba. It's not September or October. It's b, b, b. The final syllable there is a schwa. So you go September, October. And the next 2 months, November. November. Well, there are two ways you can say November or you can say November. Both are correct. You either go November or you go November. November or November. Both are correct. And then finally, the last month of the year is December. 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 Not December. It's December. The C there has the sound S. So there you have it, the 12 months of the year. So we can go from January to December. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Those are the 12 months of the year. And how can you learn to say the 12 months of the year? Practice, practice, practice. Sometime during the week, someone sent me a text and said, oh, we're having so much difficulty pronouncing English words. What do? The best thing you can do is just to keep practicing. Listen to educated speakers and practice. Try to mimic the way they speak and just keep practicing and practicing. If you have any questions on the topic that we took today or any topic which has to do with the English language, do send us messages. We have different platforms you can reach us. You can come through Facebook, where the Institute of Certified Communicators on Facebook. On Twitter, it's at ecomng, or you can email us admin@ecom.ng or WhatsApp 0805-584-9525. Any of the methods that you choose is fine, right? And now we're going to go to the phone lines, and we have a couple of answers that have come in for our question of the day. Remember at the beginning of the program, we gave out a question of the day, and the question had to do with what is a person who studies time called? And I will be looking at some of the answers that have come in. Let's see. This is Salahuddin Afiz from Abulegba. Salahuddin opens up with a correct answer to the question. Well done, Salahuddin. Well, that's the question on the screen. If you want to send in answers, the number to text is 0805-584-9525. Again, 0805-584-9525. And the question was, a person who studies time, what is the person called? When you're sending in your answers, do not forget to send in your name and where you're texting us from, so we can address you when we are reading out the answer. Next comes Omotosho Aliha from Governor Road. And he gave us a wrong answer. Well, thank you, Omotosho, for participating, but your answer was not correct. Zainab didn't tell us where she's texting from. So Zainab, you could tell us that, and then we'll be able to read out your answer. This is Falano Fatiat, I believe. She says she's texting from Lagos, and her answer is correct. Well done, Fatiat. This is Oyetunji Honor from Alagbado, who also has a correct answer to the question. Let's see if I can take 2 more answers before we go on a break. My name is Tunji Adeleke from Bariga. Thank you, Tunji, for sending in your answer. And your answer is wrong. Well, thank you for sending in your answer anyway. Well, we're going to take a break now for stories that teach. And our story today has to do with time. Well, let's find out what that story is about. It's Musa the Brave Mouse. Let's see what happened to him and how he found out it was time to be brave. Don't go away.
Musa the Brave Mouse. Musa did not like going to school. The term started in January, and this was March, but he had not stopped being afraid. In his class, there were bigger mice, and they always tried to get him to do things he didn't want to do. They would hit him and shove him, and he would run and hide in a corner. One day, as he was reading his storybook quietly at a corner of the class, the bullies came calling. The leader of the bullies was Tim. He had a large head, and his whiskers looked like large needles. "What are you reading?" Timmy shouted. Musa was very afraid. He was so afraid he could only squeak. I... The leader tore the book out of his paws and held it up. "Musa's reading a storybook." He laughed. And with that, he threw the book right out the window. Musa was very sad. When he got home that day, he was still very sad. He was so sad that Mother Mouse noticed. "Why are you so sad, Musa?" Mother Mouse asked. At first, Musa was too afraid to say anything, but Mama Mouse assured him that everything would be fine. He then told his mother all that has been happening. "You did the right thing in telling me," Mama Mouse said. "You just took the first step, and that was very brave. The first way to take power from a bully is to tell an adult who can do something about it." "I didn't want them to say I'm a telltale. They would bully me some more." "You're not a telltale," Mama Mouse said. "You're protecting yourself. And now I'll go to your school and get this sorted." Musa was happy that he had been brave and talked to his mother. What are some other ways of beating a bully that you know?
The end.
Where English language is taught, the official language that everyone needs to learn.
Welcome back, and you can see from that story that there is a time to keep quiet and a time to speak out. When you're being bullied as a child in school, that is not the time to be quiet, that is the time to speak out. Talk to an older person and find out, and they will help you get over it. They'll be able to go to your school and talk to the bully. So if you're a child out there and you're being bullied in school, talk to your parents about it. Remember, it's time to speak out. Yes? Good. So today we've been discussing months of the year. We've taken time to learn how the months of the year are set. So if you're just joining us, you've missed that part of the show where we talked about the months of the year. But we still have our question of the day up, and we are going to be looking at some answers that were sent in for the question of the day. If you missed that question, we will have it up in a bit so you can still participate with part of the show by answering our question of the day. Our question of the day was, a person who studies time is it called a timeologist? Is it called a horologist? a cosmologist, or a time traveler? What do you think? A, B, C, or D? Well, send your answer along with your name and where you're texting us from to the number 0805 584 9525. Again, the number is 0805 584 9525. And you can be part of the show when you do that. Let's look at the phone lines now. I can take 1, 2, maybe 2, 3 answers more. This is Daniel from Ikorodu. Thank you, Daniel. You're a regular texter on the show, I noticed. Thank you very much, for your answer was wrong. Okay, so I'm sure you'll listen up till the end of the show so that you get a correct answer to the question. This is Aderomu Barakat from Ogun State with a correct answer to the question. Well done, Aderomu. This is okay. This is Adekunle from Abuja, all the way from Abuja. Thanks for sending in your answer. Unfortunately, it's a wrong answer. Well, thank you for participating. And let's see, there's someone else with his name here, Daniel from Oregon. And you did have a correct answer to the question. Well done, Daniel. Remember, we're still taking answers to the question, and that's the number to text right there on your screen. Text message only 0805 584 9525 with our question of the day. We're going to take another break now, and we're going to learn 10 words in our words of the week, and we'll be right back.
Speak right. Your accent is your asset. Words of the week. Flower. 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 Data. 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 Tune. Tune. Estate. 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 Fetus. 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 Gigantic. 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 Gear. Gear. Listen. 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 Sword. Sword. Communication. 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 Speak right. Your accent is your asset.
Welcome back, and we are still looking at answers to the question of the week, and we have a few more answers here that I am going to be taking right now. This is Tessie from Oshogo. Tessie, thank you very much for sending in your answer, which was absolutely right. Well done. Then we have, oh, Gideon, you didn't tell us where you were texting from, so I can't read out your answer. Okay, this is Binuyo Victor from Owo. Owo, I hope, Owo, Ondo. And you have a correct answer. I hope it's not Owo, but Owo. Owo, I hope. Okay, and this is Zainab from Badagry. Okay, Zainab, that was not a correct answer at all. That answer was wrong. Let's take, let's see, take 2 more. This is Charles Osarenwinda from Ibadan. Thank you very much for sending your answer, Charles, and that answer was absolutely correct. This is, okay, I have no idea what that text is all about, so I can't read it. This is Mary from Jankara with a wrong answer. Thank you, Mary, for sending in your answer. And this is one more person. Okay, no name, so I can't read that. So on the show today, what have we been up to? We have been talking loud and faint parts of words. And so far today, we learned how to say correctly the months of the year, the 12 months of the year. We learned how to say them. And I hope at this time you can say all the months of the year. So just as a quick reminder, the 12 months of the year are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Those are the 12 months of the year. And the question of the day we asked was, a person who studies time, what is that person called? If you had said time traveler, then you were wrong. That person is not called a time traveler. If you had said cosmologist, you were also wrong. It's not a cosmologist. If you had said timeologist, oh well, we just made that word up. It doesn't even exist. No, the person is not called a timeologist. It's called a horologist. And you can see how it's pronounced. B is the answer, and it's horologist. A horologist is a person who studies time. And that's how far we can go on the avenue today. Thanks for joining me for another exciting edition. Next week is a date to keep with me. My name is Abigail Anaba, and next week I'll be right here with you learning something new as far as the English language is concerned, because that's all we do here. We'll learn how to speak right, and sound English. So until I come your way again, bye for now.
Let me take you somewhere, and there's something new. Why English is welcome so good. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue. This is a word where English language is taught, the official language that everyone needs to learn. Set the right pronunciation and use the right intonation. So express yourself. It's Diction Avenue, Diction Avenue.
Okay, wake up to the world with vision. They say nation get perished without the vision. In Edition Avenue, we got the mission, vision to build tomorrow's future. Speak with good English is our culture. We got qualified teachers, good facilities to build confidence in our students. Don't be told, come witness it, treasure you can't measure. Wake up to the world.
And there's something new.